Imagine whipping out your smartphone and a few swipes later, you're in command of manhole covers, traffic lights, bollards, and drawbridges. Or, more nefariously, listening in on the conversations of passersby, reading their text messages, learning their age, address, occupation, or even lifting cash straight out of their bank account with the tap of a thumb. Well, Watch Dogs presents this world to you, a vast, interconnected city where data is extracted en masse, over-surveillance runs rampant, citizen safety is as leaky as a deflating dinghy, digital security a flimsy strip of tape over the dinghy's puncture holes. The powers wielded through Watch Dogs' player-controlled hacker Aiden Pierce and his magical phone isn't fanciful tech. If there was a minor risk your personal information can be digitally extracted from a device in your pocket a decade ago, it's a much realer concern now. In fact, the most far-fetched aspect of Watch Dogs' hacking is the instantaneousness of it. Even today in 2024, it'll take more than a few swipes of a smartphone to turn traffic lights from green to red, but the power existed back then and exists tenfold now. When we approach the subject of whether Watch Dogs was ahead of its time 10 years ago, we're not talking about its graphics or gameplay, its narrative, the detailed minutiae of its open world, or, as it is, the headline mechanic of hacking anything and everything. We're talking about its overarching themes, the merits and limitations of emergent technology and the back doors it leaves unlocked, the potential for security breaches, data leaks, the loss of privacy, public authority corruption, and the ramifications this has not only on individual citizens but society and democracy at large.
Where's your car?
This way! Over there!
Taking place in a fictionalized near-future Chicago, a city with a centralized operating system in touch with everything, harvesting data from buildings, public services, and its citizens, where everything is a unified asset just reduced to numbers. The potential pitfalls of a technological monocracy such as the Chicago in Watch Dogs mirrors contemporary concerns surrounding the emergence of smart cities. For example, a business-first approach may lead to corners being cut where security is concerned, the population who become complacent in their over-reliance on technology, and high levels of data collection leading to over-surveillance of the populace. A worry with smart cities relating to that last point is that mass collection and analytical analysis of citizen data could lead to predictive policing, or at the very least, an avenue towards abuses of power by law enforcement. Our morally gray protagonist wields this power at will in one of Watch Dogs' numerous side activities. These crimes-detected side missions involve Aiden halting delinquents before they've committed any wrongdoing. Following a notification pop-up, Aiden can scan and profile civilians in the area, with the potential perpetrators' presumed future actions being whittled down to a percentage chance. If the potential is over 50%, then you're likely to take this person out, as logically you'll think there's more chance a crime is going to happen than not. It's unlikely players will even stop to consider the moral ramifications of such a process. After all, Watch Dogs is an entertainment product first and foremost, and side activities such as these are quite fun. Still, does Aiden Pierce, an expert hacker with a self-centered thirst for revenge, deserve this power? And if not, who does, if anyone? Is this an example of invasive technology being used for something noble? Or, as is likely the skeptic's opinion, is there too much nebulousness in a percentage to reliably predict someone's actions before you exert lethal force under the guise of a vigilante? A vigilante who, let's not forget, can easily siphon money out of your bank account. Watch Dogs at least tries to posit the moral quandary in Aiden's actions. As revealed when profiling bystanders, some of these people are struggling with child maintenance payments, are unemployed, or just down on their luck, thus making you consider if stealing their money is worth the resulting guilt. But by and large, Aiden isn't a good person, even if you decide to play him as someone decent. His actions lead the very people he's crusading revenge for into mortal danger, his selfishness in righting the wrongs befalling his past leading only to more bloodshed. This could be a point the developers were aiming to make though. Our expert hacker Aiden masks the bottom of his face and dresses in a dark trench coat. His accomplices sport tattoos and mohawks. They're the stereotypical image of a hacker, one who's more entrenched in criminality than using their skills to highlight technological concerns. In the real world, some hackers are problem solvers. Read interviews with how lead developers together with his science-minded associates, and you'll see the developer's stance isn't to perpetuate the myth that hackers are exclusively wrongdoers. No, after attending DEF CON, the annual US-held hacking conference, the developer learned that an idea for Watch Dogs, which the team deemed too extreme and cut from the finished game, was in fact a real-life hazard that hackers were able to expose. The team brainstormed the idea of being able to access an in-game prison security system, but attendees at DEF CON demonstrated that a skilled real-life hacker could indeed pull this off, unlocking cell doors, releasing inmates, inciting riots, and escape in the process. Also at DEF CON, an attendee's presentation consisted of remotely hacking into a US city's traffic light system and controlling an intersection's signals from miles away. The company responsible for developing this intersection's traffic sensors were telephoned during the presentation, but denied their system wasn't encrypted. The developer describes in a separate interview about their trepidation in 2009 surrounding the emergence of smartphones, their promise of a convenient future loaded with question marks. This trepidation has led to Watch Dogs' prescience. For example, a year after Watch Dogs was announced, there was a leak of a highly classified information regarding surveillance programs, and during Watch Dogs 2's promotional run controversy emerged surrounding social media's influence. These aren't examples of the developer assuming things about the future, they're the result of good research. The technology they were building into their game mechanics had to be grounded in the real world. To be frank, most sci-fi isn't about flashy things like flying cars, laser guns, or cities stuffed with neon signs. Good sci-fi is to adopt contemporary concerns and demonstrate them in present day, in near or far-flung future. To take these ideas and push them as far as possible, exploring the ramifications in the process. It's just that sometimes art uncannily imitates life. No matter your stance on Watch Dogs' gameplay, graphics, which yes, whilst holding up quite well, are still undeniably a downgrade on the 2012 E3 presentation. Narrative and characters, this game could be considered as important a sci-fi touchstone as any form of media, from Blade Runner to Deus Ex. Exploring contemporary concerns was nothing new, but in presenting them plainly without too much glorification, Watch Dogs succeeds in portraying its ideas in a way that was ahead of its time. Some of the concerns with smart cities, a city run by single operating system for instance, is still unlikely to happen, but the repercussions of what is possible are explored in Watch Dogs that is both entertaining and alarming. It took inspiration from the real world and amplified it, morphed into something that's too likely for comfort. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.